Today we can send a message across the world in less than a second. But it wasn't always this way. The internet began as a secret government project during the Cold War. And what started with just 4 computers eventually became the World Wide Web we can't live without. Our story begins in the heart of the Cold War. The US Defense Department's ARPA needed a communication system that could survive a nuclear attack. Their network was centralized, vulnerable. They needed a design with no single point of failure that could automatically route around damage. The solution was a radical concept called packet switching. Information would be broken into small digital packets, each with an address. These packets would travel independently across a decentralized network, finding the fastest route to their destination. If one path was destroyed, the packets would simply find another. In 1969, ARPANET was born, connecting 4 nodes: UCLA, Stanford, UC Santa Barbara, and the University of Utah. Each site used an interface message processor, a refrigerator-sized machine that was the world's first router. On October 29th, a student at UCLA attempted to send the first message to Stanford, the word login. He typed L, then O. His counterpart confirmed receiving them, but when he typed G, the system crashed. The first message ever sent was, fittingly, LO. That tiny glitch was a monumental success. The connection had worked. It was the internet's first baby step, the imperfect start of our interconnected world. Through the 1970s, ARPANET grew. Scientists and researchers used it to share data. In 1971, Ray Tomlinson sent the first email. By the late 70s, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn introduced TCP/IP, the universal language of the internet. Without this protocol, computers around the world wouldn't be able to talk to each other. Fast forward to 1989. At the sprawling CERN facility, British scientist Tim Berners-Lee was tackling a huge problem. How could thousands of researchers, using different computers, share findings seamlessly? His solution was a radical proposal for a universal information space. He envisioned documents connected through hypertext, what we now know as clickable links. He called his invention the World Wide Web, a way to weave a global web of knowledge. In 1991, the world's first website went live. When the technology was released to the public, royalty-free, it ignited a fire. Suddenly, anyone with a computer and a dial-up modem could explore a rapidly expanding universe of information. The distinct screech of a modem connecting became the soundtrack to this new age of discovery, a gateway to a world of knowledge previously unimaginable. This era is known as Web 1.0. Websites were static, plain, and mostly text-based, essentially digital brochures. This was a read-only web. You were a consumer, not a creator. There was no YouTube or Facebook, but it was revolutionary, democratizing access to information on a global scale. The mid-1990s marked a pivotal turning point. The screeching symphony of a dial-up modem became the soundtrack to a revolution. For many, the first taste of the online world came through services like America Online. These walled gardens offered curated content, chat rooms, and that iconic phrase, "You've got mail." They simplified the internet, packaging it for the masses. Simultaneously, browsers like Netscape Navigator unlocked the true, untamed World Wide Web. It was a window to everything. Suddenly, you didn't need to be a scientist to go online. The internet moved from the lab to our living rooms, becoming a part of daily life for millions. This explosion of access ignited a creative firestorm, with people building quirky personal websites on platforms like GeoCities. From just 4 computers in 1969, the network had blossomed into a sprawling digital universe of millions of websites connecting humanity in a way previously unimaginable. But this was just the beginning. The dot-com boom and bust would soon reshape the landscape, paving the way for Web 2.0. In our next episode, we'll explore how the web became truly social. From the early days of Friendster and MySpace to the platforms that define our lives today, we'll uncover how social media didn't just take over the web, it rewired society itself.